Hello guys, Michael here, and today I wanted to bring you a tutorial video on how to use light boxes and how to wire them correctly and efficiently. Now, before I get any farther into the video, you might see this and be like, I want to make something that big. Unfortunately, on consoles, even on PC without a mod, it's impossible because on the top right hand side is it says size and there's a bar. At first I thought that meant how many people you can have. That is incorrect. It actually means how many objects you can have in the settlement. So making something this big on console isn't possible, and on PC you have to have a mod. So I want to let you know that, guys, before you go out there and make something this big and you're like, wait, I can't. You had this big plan set out. You needed this many tall, this many wide. So just want to let you know that, guys. But anyway, let's get into it. Have all these connected. Now, to use a light box, you place it down, and then you go up to it, and you hit E to change the color. Now, I thought you had to use a terminal for this. Actually, you do not. You just go up to it and press E, which is a lot easier. Um, all a terminal does is, yeah, I can go to it there. Basically, you can change all of them to one color, or you can randomize the colors. So, I can have this all the ones purple, or I can have them all random color, or I can have them all red. Whatever color you want, you can put them all that color. I'll just go ahead and show you that. Go ahead. So I could go ahead and go set color, whatever color, out of those colors, not really whatever color. Or you could randomize your color, which I'm going to go ahead and do, just to show you what it does. And it takes a second because I have a lot here set up. And it'll start making every single one a random color. Now, it kind of looks like, it's going to be like a strobe light. That's not it's going to happen. It's just going to set all of them to a random color and stop. So, if you want something like a rainbowish type of looking display, you can do that. So you don't need a terminal. That's just, now let's get into the wiring. Now keep in mind that this was my first attempt to making something like this, so all of this is basically inappropriate wiring. I did everything I shouldn't have done. Well, I didn't do everything I shouldn't have done. There's a lot of just, you'll see, like all these right here connected to that, not needed. You don't need none of that. Same thing with that, you don't need none of that. I wasted my time, but I didn't realize it until I'm like, oh, but I could have did that instead of this. So we can get into it. And one thing I did do right was the parallel wiring, connecting one here and going all the way across. This you want to do because instead of putting connecting all these to every single one of them, if you just connect like one all the way across, then put one here, it'll power all that. Now, I know what you're thinking. Well, if that's wrong, how do you do it? I got a test down here. So let's go ahead. Before we get to that, what you want to do is connect all your generators. Just go in the. It is. You connect all these that way. No, not to that one. Connect all these. So technically, that's 36 power there. You got 3 big ones, 2 little ones, so it's 36. And also, if you're making something just square like this is, all you would have to do is connect one of these. Now, unfortunately, you can't just connect one all the way like this. What the heck? It ain't let me. Okay, there we go. You can't just do that. Although that would be really nice, you can't. You got to connect each of them individually. So this one's gonna connect to that one. 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 I know that's annoying, but you have to do it. I mean, it ain't like. Now you can put one here, and it'll power that whole row. Now, I know what you're thinking. So you got to connect one here. No, that's incorrect. So, just as a kind of like a test, let's say because on this ain't square, it has an outline, so it's not square. So all the ones in the back were just there because I'm like, oh, it ain't square, so I'm gonna connect a wire to each one of these in the outline. So I thought you had to connect one of that one so it powers that row, one of that one so it powers that row. That's incorrect. So let's just for test sakes say I don't want these two to light up, and I don't want these two to light up. I want them there, so it's an outline, but I don't want them to light up. So what you would do is connect this one. You go around that, this one to that, this one to that. So now nothing's connecting them, and it won't light up. So you still have to connect all these parallel, so the whole row lights up. Then I have to connect this one to that. No, not to that. We don't want that to light up. This one to that. This one to that. This one to that. Now, this effectively, the whole like ones in the back are all those you don't need now because of the way I'm teaching you here. Like I said, that was my first thing I tried to build, though I thought that was necessary. It wasn't. So all those are connected. Yep. So now you just need to take one, plug it there, and boom. So all you really need is just one wire, and it'll power all that. Now, making something this big, of course, if you're on console you can't because of the size, but if you're on PC and you got them on, make something this big, maybe even smaller than this. There was a problem at first when I just connected like one thing to this, so I had to connect this to that, and also that one over there to that. For some reason, just using one, even though it was connected to all the ones in the back, it wasn't powering effectively. Half of them were missing. So make sure if you're making something a larger scale than that, just make sure you have a couple. Like for example, maybe instead of just having this one wire, you connected this one to that side, this one to that side, maybe this one in the middle. That way, like I said, if it's on a larger scale and you just try to do everything from one wire or one generator, it's not going to work. It's not going to power it efficiently. So, making something like this small, that's not necessary, but making something on a larger scale, it is. So that's effectively it, guys. That's how you would want to wire it. Just keep in mind, like I said, the size. If you're on console, you're not going to be able to make something this big. Not only, could you probably place that many? Sure. Could you place that many and place as many generators, as I have here to power it? Probably not. Also, just keep in mind that all these were unnecessary. I just probably needed 3. That way I could power it efficiently and just parallel. That's how you would want to wire it. The one I did over here is how you would want to wire it. Just parallel and skip the ones you don't want to wire up. Now the only reason I didn't just put like one wire or a couple wires is because of the outline where it's not square. I had to do I thought like if I couldn't just have one going down and connect them all, it wouldn't effectively do it. But no, I didn't even think about just placing wires connecting the ones not in the outline like that. I didn't really think of that. So that, like I said, that's my first thing I ever tried to make. So kudos for me for getting it to work, but unkudos for me for making it so inefficiently wired. This is how you'd want to do it, guys. So there you go. That's basically the tutorial. Really fast, really simple. Just teaching you how to do it. One more thing. Let's go ahead and load back to a point. There you go. That was my original one. You can see I had the ones in the back, so I only have one wire. But once I took once I took away these, there wasn't like that one parallel wire going down, so I kind of messed that up. But let's go back to a point there. This is just Batman. This is something I figured out when I paused the game. If you want to have a more, I guess, better look at your thing, if you escape, it'll blur it. Therefore, you don't really see the lines. So it kind of what you're trying to make kind of pops out more. So there you go. You can't really see it that well, but compared to all the lines, I think it looks better. That was just a quick, I guess, not really a tip, but I guess a tip. So there you go, guys. That was a tutorial. If you like the tutorial, you want more, just let me know. Like and subscribe. Like I said, let me know in the comments. Like, let's say I have this problem with the wiring. Just let me know. I'll try to help you guys. If you want a different tutorial, like, well, you did that, but how do you make a defensible settlement? How do you do this and that? Just let me know. And thanks for watching, guys.